Hello everyone, I just wanted to go ahead and show you how to change colors on the hat that I'm doing. Basically, as soon as you finish the rib, what I do is I take my needle, my empty one, and I'm going to just fold a piece of yarn in half and bring it through somewhere near that edge. So you're leaving like a 4-inch to 6-inch tail for weaving in later. And then I'm just going to start knitting across. On the next row, I'll go ahead and show you how to weave the tail in. But we just go along. I'll switch needles one more time for those of you who are still getting used to seeing double pointed needles. Then we'll come back, or I could show you weaving that in as you are knitting, so you don't have to weave it in after with a yarn needle. I don't like weaving in a whole bunch of ends, so I'll show you how to take care of that. So there we go, I just switched needles again. So I'll be right back after I finish this round. So I'm back and I'm going to show you two things. First, walking up the string. So it will come up the back, but it is underneath every other row. So you knit one row with it, the previous color just hanging out, and then you put it in front of the new yarn the next row, so it walks it up, and that way we don't have lots of ends to sew in. So basically, to do that, every other row I just put the old yarn in front of the new yarn. Then in the next row it just stays behind. So that being said, we'll start knitting, but I'm going to show you how to weave in the back of the beginning of the string. So I'm going to do one stitch, and then I'm going to hold the short end of yarn in my left hand. Let's see if I could scan out a little bit more. No? Okay. So we'll try our best to see if I could show this. So I go into the next stitch with a knit, and then I bring the short end with my left hand over the back needle. I wrap the yarn just like normal. I bring it through and drop off. Then you knit one stitch normally. And every other stitch we did just like that second stitch. So you go in, you bring the yarn over the back needle with the left hand, then you wrap like normal with your right hand. Let's see, we'll do it again because I might have been out of screen that time. The camera's right between me and my hands. And sometimes I'm looking not at the through the camera, but rather to the side, around the camera to see what I'm doing. Okay, so what we do is we go into the next stitch, we bring the left hand yarn forward, which is the end, we wrap the new yarn, the working yarn, around like normal and knit a regular stitch. The next stitch is knit normal, and now since this is an odd stitch, I'm bringing it forward, yarn around, there we go. The next stitch is normal again, and then the next stitch you go in, you bring that end of yarn around the left needle, you wrap the right hand yarn like normal, bring it through, pop it off. And you just pretty much want to do that for a few inches, and then you could trim the yarn in the back. It's a nice way to carry yarn across the back without getting large areas of yarn floating when you're doing color work, like intarsia. And then, see right here, we would just go ahead and cut it now. And then you don't have to deal with an end to weave in later. So from here, I am just going to go ahead and get to the end of the 4th row, because we're doing 4 rows of color and switching colors, and I will be back to start the original color again, which is blue. Okay, so I'm back and I'm going to be starting with the blue again. This time I'm going to let the yellow be over the blue as I start, and then when I come back the next time I'm going to bring it forward like I did before. So I won't show that, but this way, if you let it work in front one row, behind one row, you're going to walk the yarn up along with you without having huge floating areas of yarn that you have to worry about. So that's how I change the yarns right there, and I will be back when it's time to start decreasing.